Women in Bafia in the Central region are lamenting over the high cost of living. The women attest it is not easy to meet up with the 3-day square meals. As the days go by, the situation gets worse, the increase in fuel prices. And as the world commemorates the International Women's Day come March 8, another focus is on the crucial role played in the protection and respect of women's rights. While women have long been at the forefront of the fight for gender equality, it is important to recognize the contributions of men in their ongoing struggle. And Chantal Kambiwa fixed on the mantle of General Coordinator within the Socialist International, elected with an overwhelming majority vote during the organization's council meeting in Madrid. Those are major stories. Titles right ahead.
Canal International. Canal International.
Good evening once more and welcome to this edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal International. As organizations continue to expand, an increasing number of city dwellers are constructing their homes close to railway lines in the economic hub of Cameroon, specifically at Peka 5. The risks associated with living around railways is extremely high. Christy IRA dives into the challenges faced by those living along the railway lines into Alaha's story.
Life close to railway lines often means enduring high level of noise pollution caused by passing trains. The constant rumbling, scratching of brakes can sometimes be disruptive to the population who live around. Life beside railway is made up of several noise, with scratching of brakes and blaring hubs. It's really boring sometimes. It's sometimes shaking some houses that are not solid. I have been here for more than 1 year, and I'm not used to. When it passes, no matter the time, you are forced to wake up when asleep. Children living in this area are the most affected. Parents go to great lengths to ensure the safety of their children. We always try to educate and sensibilize our children on the danger of approaching rails.
Ceux qui sont nés autour des rails, à côté des rails.
Concerning our children, they already know on the danger. They are always called them when the train wants to pass.
Même si c'est pas ton enfant, quand tu as un enfant sur les rails, tu cries.
The constant shaking from passing trains lead to the displacement of furniture and other fragile items. The residents in this area have limited alternatives and are compelled to continue living there.
There was a time that the government decided that we should leave this place, and it is very difficult to live in Douala and to have a place also to go and live. If I had money, I could have gone somewhere to be in my house to secure my children.
It is important to note that railway lines can sometimes become pathways for unfortunate incidents, as lifeless bodies are occasionally found deposited on the tracks at night.
And we take you to Bafia in the central region of Cameroon, where women are lamenting over high cost of living. The women attest it is not easy to meet up with 3 square meals a day. As the days go by,
Chantal Kambiwa has stepped into her new role as General Coordinator of Socialist International following her election during the organization's council.
daily 3 square meals in Bafia, a town in the central region of Cameroon. Women express how difficult it is to tackle grocery shopping. The surging prices of basic necessities have impacted the contents of their wallets, making it difficult for them to provide sufficient food for their families. I had 10,000 francs, but I was not able to buy something consistent. Cost of living has become more expensive. Imagine a kilo of meat sold at 2,500 francs. If your husband gives you 5,000 francs, it won't be sufficient for groceries, because when you come to the market, a kilo of fish, a liter of vegetable oil, and even a kilo of rice, which is not sufficient for a family, really, we cannot cope with such situation. The hard financial times has pushed them to contemplate on how to provide for their families. Some, overwhelmed by the situation, raised their voices. I come to the market with at least 3,000 francs to feed a whole family. Everything is expensive in the market. We heard of increase in civil servant salaries, but what about us who do not have jobs? What are we going to do? The increase in fuel price has made certain foodstuff prices like rice to increase, because we include transport fares so we can have even small revenue. Elsewhere, foodstuff vendors than to sell at cutthroat prices in order to break even. The increase in fuel prices have made the situation more complicated for all.
Chantal Kambiwa takes over the mantle of General Coordinator within the Socialist International, elected with an overwhelming majority vote during the organization council meeting in Madrid. Her commitment to empowering women and extensive political activism signal a promising era for Cameroon. During a press conference in Douala today, March 6, she unveiled her daunting task as a General Coordinator of the International Political Organization. More on the story with our reporter Gladys Ambu Zibang.
Chantal Kambiwa has stepped into her new role as General Coordinator of Socialist International following her election during the organization's council meeting in Madrid, Spain. With an overwhelming majority vote of 51 out of 54, Kambiwa now shoulders the responsibility of addressing democratic challenges across continents.
Each member of the Presidium to work. Everyone will have something to do, and that work will go through committees, that thematic committee to put in place. Just to put that committees in place in reality is a big task.
In a press briefing in Douala, Cameroon on March 6, 2024, Kambiwa emphasized the importance of empowering women, a sentiment echoed in a long-lasting commitment to political activism.
That is what we put in place, the gender committee within the Socialist International. Women has many talents. The first thing is to empower those party members of the Socialist International to take care of this issue of women. When there is no peace, women also is the first person to suffer, and as a Cameroonian woman in that position, every time that there is a possibility to help to bring peace in my country, I will do so.
Chantal Kambiwa now stands as a symbol of pride for Cameroon, a fact experts argue should be duly recognized.
We are proud to have a lady at the helm of Socialist International, a Cameroonian who occupies the position of General Coordinator. We wish the state could recognize her effort in the political sphere.
Kambiwa's journey to this pivotal role is marked by nearly 25 years of membership in the organization, including her tenure as Vice President of the Women's Wing. Her elevation to General Coordinator underscores her remarkable contribution to the political landscape, symbolizing a beacon of pride for Cameroon.
Amidst concerning a backdrop of unsafe working conditions, women defenders for human rights in Cameroon convened at the Central African Human Rights Defenders Network redact premises in Douala March 5. Discussions centered around pressing challenges and solutions, emphasizing the need for stringent laws to address the alarming situation in Cameroon. More in the following story. The working environment described as disturbingly unsafe prompted advocates to gather on March 5, united in their quest to address the pressing issues surrounding women defenders.
Just being a woman in itself is a challenge to every female human rights defender, because again we have problems with accessibility to areas where we have lots of victims of violations, right? We have problems of accessibility. We even have challenges with presenting our pleas. There are certain pleas that when you present as a woman, you're just not listened to.
The discussion at the Central African Human Rights Defenders Network focused on the urgent need for more stringent laws to safeguard women defenders against threats and violence. Activists voiced their concerns, highlighting the precarious situation that hinders their ability to carry out their crucial roles in ecological and social growth.
There are laws that have been signed, decrees that have been signed and enacted, but are they really implemented on the ground? We need the state to protect human rights defenders as a whole, and particularly female human rights defenders.
Women defenders are useful for our democracy here. They must be protected by the state. This is not a gift. This is not a favor. This is a duty for the whole country.
In the workshop, a couple of people proposed that there should be a law in Cameroon, a specific law protecting human rights defenders. These are the kinds of things we do in workshops like this.
The dedication of women defenders to human rights is undeniable, but their safety remains compromised at every level, emphasized one of the experts at the gathering. The dialogue centered around valorizing the pivotal role these women defenders play in shaping a just society while acknowledging the persistent threats they endure. The civil society network called on government to prioritize the safety and protection of women human rights defenders in Cameroon. And as the world commemorating International Women's Day come March 8, another focus is on the crucial role men play in the protection and respect of women's rights. While women have long been at the forefront for the fight against gender equality, it's important to recognize the contributions of men in the ongoing struggle. The Department of Fundamental Private Law of the University of Douala organized a conference on the theme around women's rights. More on that story with our student journalist on internship, Kizi Kiga.
International Women's Day is a significant day to celebrate the achievements of women and promote gender equality. This is what the Department of Fundamental Private Law at the University of Douala is doing. Etienne Benabanji is a coordinator of professional bachelor's and master's degrees in notary rights at the Douala University.
This theme about is around the women's rights. The right of the women has been chosen because of the month of March. At March, we celebrate women's.
According to these professors, a woman must be protected by man, and a man should not look at the bride price as money he bought a woman from the market as a good.
Our society looks like that every time a girl go to marry, it's like they are selling her to the man, because the properties they will ask for the man to give is so many. And when one of the wife is married, the man doesn't give respect to her wife because he behaves like he have bought some goods.
As a mother of humanity, the woman is the one who gives birth if there's no woman, there's no children, there's no society. So we have to consider the woman as a mother, as a son maybe, but as a true human being.
The law professor further asserts that a man must protect a woman's rights as well as a woman. It is a mutual benefit.
Il faut souligner que ce sont les mêmes articles aussi.
The main articles that gives a right for a man to protect a woman goes so far for the women. We have Article 12 that talks of fidelity, protection, and support. A man has a right to be faithful to a woman, to protect, support her, and vice versa.
Notwithstanding, legal scholars say, since this week is for women, men should protect women, respect them, for a woman is the mother of humanity and thus should be treated rightly for a better society.
And police women were in the streets of Yaoundé this Wednesday, March 6, to sensitize the population on basic civic values like road usage, the driving code, and safety measures and exercise to contribute to redressing wrong behaviors which have become rampant. This as they prepare to celebrate the International Women's Day come March 8, 2024. More on the story with our reporter, Haisija.
C'est sur le trottoir que vous devez marcher pour aider les
Heavy deployment of the police women on different axes of the capital city this March 6 to sensitize the population on basic civic behaviors. Here at Batalonkak, it was a moment to drill the motorbike riders on the road's conduct.
Nous pouvons compter sur vous. Plus de surcharge de 6 personnes, 4 personnes, 5 personnes, plus de motos sans casque. On peut compter sur vous, n'est-ce pas? Bon, ça, de toutes les façons, ce qu'on se dit là, c'est ce qui doit être.
And moving from one car to another, both private and commercial vehicles, the ladies insisted for the respect of basic safety measures.
I can see no one with a seatbelt on. You're supposed to have a seatbelt on because you're the driver. It's for your own safety and for the safety of your passengers in your car. You know, so you're supposed to tell them everybody has to put the seatbelt, we're about to take off. You know, like, okay, now you have your seatbelt. Can you please put on your seatbelt?
And here at Mvongbi, the traders were equally drilled on the need to organize the market in a manner that permits free circulation.
Vous libérez la chaussée pour les véhicules, vous libérez les trottoirs pour les piétons et vous voyez avec les responsables du marché où est-ce qu'on doit caser le personnel, les vendeurs, comme on appelle, ambulants ou à la sauvette, pour que chacun sache, comme chez les autres, qu'il y a un marché à puces.
And at the central town, the uniformed women laid emphasis on pedestrians, reminding them of when, where, and how to cross the road to avoid being knocked down. This is part of the activities as they prepare to celebrate the International Women's Day on March 8.
And the 9th edition of the International Enterprise Fair for Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Promote 2024 drew to a successful close on February 25, 2024 at the Congress Hall in Yaoundé, despite the challenges posed by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The event underscored the strengthened economic recovery within the global context with a remarkable display of resilience and innovation. Promote 2024 featured a total of 1,224 stands with representation from 350 companies spanning 21 foreign countries, in addition to 300 local enterprises from Cameroon. Among the participants were 250 small and medium-sized enterprises, 50 very small enterprises bearing the made in Cameroon label, and 100 regularly institutions. The event facilitated over 400 business-to-business meetings, fostering a crucial connections and a collaboration. Andrea Switzer, president of Interprogress and organizer of Promote 2024, expressed his gratitude to all stakeholders involved in the successful organization of the International Trade Fair. He emphasized Promote's significance as a collective effort driving economic progress not only for Cameroon but also for Africa and beyond. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the Primetime Newscast, the English language on Canal International. Thanks so much for watching. And coming up next is a debrief with Lil Piejou. As for me, I will be back same time, this time around, tomorrow.